Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Fire Emblem Three Houses Unedited. So, last time we explored the monastery, we worked on a lot of battles, a lot of battles between. In fact, let me see here. What are we looking at right now? Does this tell me? Yeah, 47, 47, 49, 50. I think Petra's my only 50 in the entire group. Yeah, she's a 50. Got a couple that are close, but I think we're good. I think we're good there. Did a lot of that. There's a ton of support to do as well. Also cooked some food to make sure that we had some bonuses to our stats for the rest of the month, so we're prepared for the supposed final battle. But in this one, all we're gonna do, look. Literally every single person has a support of some sort. Well, except for Jax. He's friends with everybody now. But we're going to be doing support first. And then after support, we'll be going right into the final battle. I don't know how much time I'm going to have to put this all out, so I should be able to knock out 2 videos for you guys. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, on to supports, because this is probably going to take an hour. Oh my gosh. Ferdinand and Petra. Oh, that's right. We knew about that. Bummer. Oh, Ferdinand's about to max out everything. So the only thing he has left is Petra because of the, I guess the battle that we had that skipped ahead, unfortunately. But in the meantime, let's go ahead. Let's knock out the Lorenz one because they're just a couple of nobles having tea. They're very douchey. Let's get it out of the way.
That reminds me, Ferdinand. I wonder if a certain rumor has already reached your ears.
I suspect I know what you are referring to. A certain noble who caused a stir at one of the local taverns, correct? For someone of status to make such a scene. What a disgrace.
I thought just the same. A noble ought to hold himself to a higher standard. It is hardly appropriate to drink and mingle with a tavern full of commoners.
That is not quite what I meant. I do not object to a noble patronizing their local establishments. In fact, I would say such excursions have value.
Is that so? I would be very curious to hear what value you mean exactly. But allow me first to venture a guess. Is it that you suppose it is proper for a noble to bolster a town's wealth with his patronage?
Oh my gosh, Lorenz.
If that is your thinking, then I would counter that whatever one adds to a merchant's coffers seldom makes it to the pockets of the townsfolk. I think that if a noble wishes to use his resources to ease the burdens of the commoners, he ought to go about town and spend it more directly.
That is wonderfully insightful, Lawrence. Albeit not what I had in mind. What I meant was this. We can benefit from crossing the threshold and learning more about regular folk. We scarcely understand the reality of their lives. In turn, they do not know about us. I have heard that some believe we have horns growing from our heads. It is an embarrassing and potentially perilous state of affairs.
You are quite right. In fact, that reminds me of something a boy once said to me when I visited a village on my family's territory. He actually asked me if I had a tail. Hilarious.
We all need a laugh now and then.
Let's laugh about the plight of the commoners. This is funny. We're so rich.
As a man of status, I feel it is my calling to right the world's wrongs. But there's only so much I can do alone. Working in tandem, though, you and I could make tremendous accomplishments.
My sentiments exactly. Together we could achieve a great deal. Though the circumstances of birth may have placed one of us in the Empire and the other in the Alliance, we can still aim for a brighter future together.
Yes, precisely. Together, there is nothing that we cannot accomplish. By the way, Lawrence, do you have a tail?
Wow, I'm so glad we're over that one. My goodness. All right, everybody else is just A-rank, so let's go right down the list.
Mercedes! Finally! There you are.
Ah, Ferdinand! Why are you so short of breath?
I just wanted to show you something.
What's this? Oh.
Yes, These are financial records that I recovered from your adoptive father.
Okay.
They prove that when he adopted you, large sums of money changed hands.
Oh boy.
Where did you come across these?
I stealthily made my way into Ferdiad and looked around his estate. It was easy. That kind of thing is no trouble for an intrepid young noble such as myself.
That's amazing! I mean, amazingly irresponsible. I can't believe you put yourself at risk for my benefit. I really wish you wouldn't do such things.
No, I did it for my benefit. I could not help myself. With these documents, we can show everyone what a scoundrel your adoptive father really is. His noble aspirations will be crushed. The lord of the region will probably rescind his adoption contract. In other words, you will be free. Here, take them. Do with them what you will.
Do you really believe these will set me free?
Yes, of course. You will be free to decide your own path in life and go wherever your heart leads you.
That does sound nice, but...
But?
I'm sorry, Ferdinand, but I think you should hold on to the documents.
Why? Is this not what you want?
I've lived so much of my life following everyone else's lead, so much so that I've come to terms with it. It's almost unavoidable at this point. But with these, I could regain my freedom and change all that.
You baffle me. Do you not wish to be free?
Of course I do. Let me try that again in a way you might understand. Ahem. A true noble cuts their own path, seizing freedom from the clutches of tyranny.
The voice isn't quite there, but the line is accurate.
I cannot argue with that. Fine then. I will hold on to the documents.
But I'm really very happy that you're so concerned with my well-being, Ferdinand. It means so much to me that you went through all that trouble on my behalf.
Of course, Mercedes. The smile on your face is well worth the effort.
Oh, that was very kind. Ferdinand is a very, very kind man. Bit arrogant, but kind.
Oh dear, I'm thirsty again. If only I had a drink.
Right?
I have some tea. You are welcome to drink some.
Oh dear, I forgot to get my...
I found it. Here it is.
Oh dear, I didn't return my library book.
I returned your book a little while ago.
Oh, thank you. Ferdinand, how did you get so good at doing things for me? It's like you know what I need before I do.
I have lots of practice fielding your requests.
Wow. I love that even as a gopher, he's excels.
All I need to do is think for a bit, and I know what you need. I can practically read your mind.
Oh, you know what it's like in here, huh? Okay, tell me what I'm thinking about right now.
Oh dear.
You want a snack.
Sorry, nice try. Actually, I was thinking I've become quite fond of you.
Aww.
I suppose that is inevitable. I am rather fond of you as well. I find your laziness endearing.
Oh my gosh. In a really weird way, it makes a lot of sense. He looks after her, and because he feels his love language is gifts, or acts of service, rather, not gifts. I'm sorry, acts of service, and he loves doing things for other people, and that he's got her figured out to the point where he can just do something for her. It's just fantastic.
Hey, the fond thing was just a joke. Really. I was thinking about tea. Kinda thirsty.
Yeah, okay, Hilda. Sure.
I admire you, Hilda.
You what?
I said I admire you. You are gifted and accomplished. I used to underestimate you.
I said I was kidding, didn't I? This is all a bit...
You feigned sloth to obscure the considerable breadth and depth of your talents.
Mm-hmm.
Such delicate discretion, such noble prudence. If only I could emulate it.
I've never been called prudent before, but I like hearing you say it. Thank you. You're good at giving compliments. In return for all your help, I promise that I'll keep being prudent.
I appreciate that. Shall we go?
Huh? Go where?
I thought you wanted some tea. The dining hall is the place for that.
Oh, Ferdinand, you're too kind.
Oh, I do that a lot in these A ranks. Oh, this should be interesting.
How the crimson rain of pain it came, falling hard upon a land aflame, when the sacred blade it split the sky until the heavens heard our cry.
Whoa. Okay.
In the hour of vengeance, will you heed the call? On the red fields of revenge, will you help avenge? We must fight strong and stand tall.
Oh, Ferdinand, that song.
Manuela, hello. What a treat. It is most rare to see you at the training grounds.
Caught him unawares.
I have never had the honor of sparring with a princess. Why not grab a sword?
Let me distract you with some other things.
Ferdinand, that's called changing the subject.
No, it's not called changing the subject. You're called changing a subject. What are we doing? Why is it hot in here?
That song you were singing, is it the one you said made such an impression on you?
Oh.
So you heard me. I hope it was not too grating on your ears.
You've nothing at all to be embarrassed about. I'm pleased if one of my songs stayed with you like that. It really takes me back. I remember the big battle in the first act. How the crimson rain of pain it came, falling hard upon a land aflame, when the sacred blade it split the sky, until the heavens heard our cry. In the hour of vengeance, will you heed the call? On the red fields of revenge, will you help avenge? We must fight strong and stand tall. Wow. My heyday is behind me. That's for sure.
We also have to go through some vocal exercising and make sure your voice is ready for it, and you're not doing any of that, so no surprise.
No, that was wonderful. Exactly the voice I recall from my childhood.
Oh.
To have witnessed this performance in such an intimate setting, I am deeply moved. I cannot stop trembling. I feel as though I am going to cry. You have shaken me to my very core.
All right, Ferdinand, relax. I can see that it's affected you deeply.
You made a little boy's cherished dream come true. Perhaps you can help realize one more.
Another one? And what would that be?
Would you do the sword dance with me? The one that accompanied the song?
Oh.
It had a part for a male performer, if I recall. I would be truly honored.
I'm sure I can't do it as well now as I could then, but you're just so adorably... you. I can't resist.
Thank you so much. That has long been a dream of mine, and you made it a reality.
I gotta say, Ferdinand, you're full of surprises. It was like dancing with a pro. Perfect timing, always in step.
Are you swept off your feet, Manuela?
All thanks to you. You inspired me.
Or perhaps it was you who inspired me.
Oh. Yay. 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 Oh, we're not going to have enough to finish out Catherine's support. That's really sad. Let's go into hers since it's going to be incomplete.
Linhardt, I understand you'd endanger yourself to realize your dreams. But why go this far? You never seemed like the type to put this much effort into anything.
I mean, fair.
Honestly, I find most everything annoying, which is most likely why you have such an opinion of me. But to continue my research without taking this chance to know the truth, what would be the point? Besides, ignorance can breed even greater dangers. For example, do you know for whom Thunderbrand was originally crafted?
The goddess.
Correct. And because of that, everyone just stops thinking about it. No one really knows what the relic is made of, how it was crafted, or what its very structure may be. Until we know those things and truly understand the power and the danger relics hold, we won't be able to gain any new knowledge. I'm tired of talking.
You tire too easily. But I think I understand your logic. If you really want to risk your life, I won't stop you. Just remember, Linhardt, curiosity killed the...
I am not a cat. It will require more than my own curiosity to finish me off.
That is a line. I love it.
You've got guts, I'll give you that. But don't blame me if something bad happens.
If something happens, it happens. Finding out the truth means accepting the risks. Those who've identified plants, both poisonous and medicinal, took the same risk in eating each. I'm just like those people.
Okay, fine. I give up. You win. I'll let you hold Thunderbrand just this once. Go on, give it a try. And don't worry about something bad happening. I'll be right here.
Oh, and it's gonna leave it off right there. Ah, I should have gotten it. So here's the downside: is since I want to make sure this all makes it onto recording, because I record in blocks of time as well, I just wait until the end of the month to knock out all my supports. The downside of that is that when they hit a support earlier in the month, since my last recording, I don't go and watch it and then keep working on it. So, unfortunately, I think Catherine maxed out to this probably the first week of fighting. So there were 2 more weeks where I could have increased that, but I did not. So, oh well. You know, there are other playthroughs that I'll be able to get to it on my own time and find out exactly what happened with Linhardt and Catherine. But in the meantime, what about Linhardt and Hanneman? That actually surprises me, with both of them being very interested in Cress. You think they have a lot more to talk about. But maybe that's because they don't have much to talk about, because it's just their same interests.
Professor Hanneman, do you have a moment?
We'll see.
Linhardt, of course.
Last time we talked, you mentioned the importance of having goals.
That was 1 billion years ago, Linhardt.
I gave it some thought, and in the end, I couldn't find one.
Well, no need to panic. Sometimes a goal can reveal itself to you without warning.
What's your goal, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, mine? I want to create a world where everyone can access the power of crests. Where no one has to suffer from having or not having that power.
That's actually great.
Huh, that's a pretty big dream. But then wouldn't you end up studying everyone? In that world, you'd be killing yourself trying to do research on every person alive.
Ah, you may be right. But at least then, we wouldn't be the only ones taking such pains. The more people who have crests, the more people who will do research. And with more students, the research will progress far faster than it is today. That also means there would be less of the back and forth you don't have the energy for, which should make you happy.
Maybe so.
Does that still do nothing to pique your interest?
To be brutally honest, it would be way less exhausting, but less satisfying as well. That's like fishing at a market.
So you at least understand that much. That is why I do research. If someone's going to see results someday, then I want it to be me. That's a thought that keeps me moving forward, even when it is difficult to do so.
That sounds like enthusiasm. That's not something I have. But if we work together, I wonder if it would spark that enthusiasm.
Are you saying you would agree to study crests with your old professor?
In the end, I think it would probably be more interesting than fishing alone.
Right.
I don't even have anyone to show any big fish I catch. Oh, as it were, I feel very much like someone who's made a catch.
Oh dear.
But the future shall hold even greater things than that. That's a promise.
Okay, so gonna go on and work together. Nice. Last one. Oh no, two more. Annette and Linhardt. This one will be interesting. I'm saving Lysithea because Linhardt's onto her double quest. Her double quest? Her double crest situation. Anyway, let's see Annette.
There's nothing like a morning stroll to take in the fresh air. Huh? In the thicket there, is that a human foot?
Linhardt's probably sleeping.
Ah! It moved! Someone help!
Sorry, Annette. I was really out.
Hey! You shouldn't surprise people like that. I thought you were an undead corpse. Why are you sleeping out here anyway? We're in the middle of a war. Doesn't that seem dangerous?
But we're not in the middle of a war. Anyway.
Middle of a war or no, you'll not defeat the Master of Dreams. He's a fiercely strong enemy.
Stop joking around. What are you even talking about?
But it's funny.
No joking, I assure you. He is quite unstoppable. Or perhaps you know his weakness?
You really never change, do you? You sleep just as much as ever. Do you even remember what I told you?
You told me something? When?
Of course you don't. I told you that putting in effort
Is how you grow. Is that the one?
So, you do remember?
Should I not have remembered?
No, it's just, you should put your talents to use elsewhere, that's all.
Oh.
The truth is, I place effort in what brings me joy. I'm happiest that way.
Yeah. You know, that's something about Linhardt that I really do appreciate very, very much. The dude knows what he likes, knows what he wants, and knows how to get it. And you know what? He's content with that. He's not going after any truly noble goals or anything like that. He's not holding himself up to a specific standard. His standard is his happiness. And you know what? It can be that simple.
No, that's not... Okay, let me put it this way instead. Working hard for other people helps you grow as a person. Do you not get the urge to work hard for other people? Like when you helped me before?
Not as such. Why would I go through that effort? For what gain?
For the gain I mentioned. That it helps you grow as a person.
Oh, I see. Well, then continue working hard for my sake. For example, waking me up today. And I suppose I will try to do a little bit more for you, too. I find working for others to be annoying, yet I wish to make an exception for you. I hope that's all right.
Oh.
Just for me?
Indeed. You're the only person I'd bother helping. I could wear myself out helping you. Forever, maybe.
Why is Linhardt so flirty in the most unflirty ways possible? There's a very strong possibility Linhardt is not actually flirting with anybody in any of these statements. He's just stating facts, and all the characters take it as him flirting with them.
What about it? I'll be there for you, and you can be there for me.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
What?
If we're doing our best for each other and all, then that's just a bit like... just kind of like a marriage.
Huh. You know, I feel as if you might be able to wake me up every morning. No small feat, that.
As though I would marry a man who can't even get up in the morning.
Okay, that was really cute. Oh man, it's so good. Okay, let's see what happens.
You seem to have lined up your desserts very meticulously.
What you see before you, Lysithea, is a life choice.
Oh, really?
The most skilled pastry chef in the army has been asked to do the impossible in the heart of wartime. Source high-quality ingredients, employ advanced baking methods, and create these two pastries.
Come on, Linhart.
Wow, you've put a lot of thought into this. May I?
Of course. You can have but one, though. And it should be noted that they taste completely different. I thought I'd split them between us, seeing as they were made so carefully and are so very, very special.
Is... Is this a metaphor for the crests? Like, you can only have one. Unless you want both of them.
Ah, thanks. So, what exactly is the life choice you mentioned? Also, if you are not partaking, I'll just go ahead and eat them both.
Oh no. For you see, if you eat one, you simply cannot, must not, eat the other.
Ooh.
Should you eat both, a pair of ingredients, one in each pastry, will combine to poison you.
That seems unnecessarily intense. Just one won't kill me then?
Of course not. But making this choice means you will not be able to taste the second dessert. Ever.
Yeah, we're talking about the crests. Oh, Linhart, you're fancy.
No matter what I tell you, you'll never know which one tasted best. And if you are underwhelmed by your choice, you'll regret your decision forever.
So, I should just pick one and be done with it.
But you've already chosen, haven't you? Not between the pastries, but your life paths. You would gamble on the chance of living a long life, even if it meant losing your two crests, correct? Hence my current choice.
Wait, whose choice are we talking about now?
Right?
A shortened lifespan doesn't necessarily mean a short life. Even with two crests, you might live a long time. And with you around, the study of crests will undoubtedly reach previously unimagined levels. On the other hand, getting rid of them could help someone that I care about. Maybe. Or maybe it won't help at all.
Oh.
Unfortunately, one never knows until they eat the pastry. Even then, you can never taste them both.
Hang on, Linhart. Do you mean to tell me you care about me? Since when?
Since always.
When indeed. You are someone I care about, though. So much so I wish we could be family, you and I.
Family? That escalated rather quickly. Although, having more family does sound nice.
Oh.
Anyway, I need to be going. Oh, and feel free to eat the pastries. I made up the poison bit because I didn't know how else to say what I wished to say. And because... well, because I believe there are choices we can make where you can have both.
Yeah.
I'll show you somehow, before the war is over.
Are you sure these aren't poisoned? Linhart, wait! Wait!
That was fun. And wholesome, just like always. Ah, man. Man, oh man. It's just so good. These character interactions are fantastic. Okay, I got Raph and Hilda on their Bs. Let's see how we do.
Gaspar, good to see you. You're looking a bit bigger lately.
Oh no. Oh no, this music.
Yeah, Raphael, that's one way to put it.
Is something wrong? I thought you wanted to get bigger. Have you been training?
I haven't missed a day. The problem is that my body doesn't want to grow in the directions I want it to.
Oh no.
I was hoping to get a little taller, but I seem to just be growing wider. I don't think your methods are for me.
Oh, that's too bad. I always thought the secret to getting bigger was lots of eating and training. You know what? You shouldn't worry so much about how big or tall you are. You're great, no matter what size.
What makes you say that?
Well, let's see. You can run faster than me, and you're really agile, which I'll never be. That's just about your legs, though. Your other movements are quick, too. You can dodge good and swing a sword pretty fast. Oh, and you're...
All right, Raphael. I think I see the problem now. I thought I envied the size of your body, but I was wrong.
It's the size of his heart.
After hearing you say those nice things about me, I realized that I actually envy the size of your heart.
Yeah. Raph's a big teddy bear.
Huh? I think it's normal size, but
That's right. I don't just need a bigger body. I need a bigger heart.
Raph, give me yours.
Once I have a bigger heart, then maybe, just maybe, my body will start growing too.
yeah, maybe.
Now, how do I increase the size of my heart? It didn't help with my body, but do you think eating will make my heart grow?
I have no idea, but I'm always up for a meal.
Oh boy.
I really don't want to get any wider, though. I'm so conflicted. Well, I guess there's only one way to find out. It's like you always say, when in doubt, go to the dining hall.
That went nowhere, and I'm here for it. Okay, let's do Hilda next.
You know, Hilda, I really appreciate how open-minded you are.
Oh? How do you mean?
People usually try to hold me back when I get into a fight. Not you, though. I like that about you. What was it again? You like a good fight? Yeah, I remember it now.
I'm not sure where you got that from. I try to avoid conflict of all kinds.
That can't be right. You complimented my fighting. Said you were smitten by it.
Smitten.
Well, if you really must know, I want to live freely with nothing tying me down, so your uninhibited attitude does appeal to me. You don't let rules hold you back. You do things your way and no one else's.
That makes sense. I guess I am pretty impressive. You're really amazing too, you know that?
Oh, me? Amazing? Shucks. I'm sure I don't know what you mean.
I think most people like to force their ideas on everyone else. They'll tell someone off if they don't like how the other person is living. Try to make them change even if they don't want to. You're different though. You let people live however they want. There aren't a lot of people like you in the world.
Oh.
Oh, stop. You're going to make me blush. No one's ever paid me so many compliments.
Come on, really?
My big brother liked to tell me how lazy and careless I was. I've gotten scolds aplenty, but compliments, I'm not accustomed to.
That's surprising. But I don't think you should let it bother you so much. You shouldn't let anyone change you, or else you'll end up losing the qualities that make you so great.
I suppose you're right. Wow. Thanks, Caspar. We should live our own lives and stop worrying about others' opinions.
Sounds fair. Well, to a certain extent, yes. You do want to ignore those other opinions, but take them in stride at the same time. Anyway, Gaspar and Catherine, half of an A. I wish I had time to finish them out.
Hey, Catherine. I wanted to tell you I've decided to do things my own way.
Good.
I'm happy for you, Caspar, but I don't know what you're talking about.
Giving yourself over to the goddess, fighting for the goddess, Caspar is going to do his own thing.
Come on, you know, in life and death situations like we talked about. I spent a lot of time thinking, but it was tough to figure out. Then I realized I was wasting my time. I decided I should keep fighting the way that feels right to me.
There you go.
I thought that might be your decision.
I've still got something important to ask you, though.
Something important, huh? Let's hear it.
Could you, keep an eye on me?
What? Why?
I may have decided to do things my own way, but I'm sure I'll still mess up sometimes. I might be able to avoid any real damage if a Knight of Saros has my back.
I see. Then I refuse.
Oh, great. Thanks so much. I knew you'd... What?
After deciding to take your own path, you ask someone else to watch over you? It's like you can't think for yourself.
Oof.
Your simple-mindedness is kind of charming, but still.
I really thought you'd say yes. Now what am I supposed to do?
Forge your own path.
I don't know. I'm not your babysitter. You want someone to watch after you? Become the type of man people can't look away from.
Well, that was very useful, Catherine. Alright. Caspar and Ash at rank A. Yay.
Go on, eat up. Oh, wow, you're really going at it.
Oh, hey kitty.
Still hungry, huh? You're a greedy little fellow.
Oh no.
Oh, here he comes, right on time. The food's all ready to go. Huh? Ash, what are you doing here?
Caspar, I was just, Hey, hang on a second. Did you come here to feed the cat too?
Feed? Oh, I don't know what you're... Wait, did you say 2? Is that what you're doing?
I have been for a while. I had no idea you were doing the same.
I was just worried about the guy. I didn't want someone else to find him and hurt him. I figured it would be best to watch out for him. You know me, defender of the helpless. More importantly, though, what's your excuse?
Excuse.
I didn't want him stealing more supplies, so I figured I'd take care of him. Guess we're not so different after all, are we?
Yeah, I guess we're not. Deep down.
Since you're here, why don't you feed this little guy what you brought him?
Oh, yeah! I've got something good.
Looks like it. Hey, where did you get that?
Caspar, don't say the supplies. Please don't say the supplies.
Get what?
It looks awfully fresh. You didn't take that from the kitchen, did you?
Is that some dried fish and vegetables? Looks like someone's leftovers.
Well, never mind how I got mine. What about yours?
I'm a defender of the helpless. You really think I'd steal some food for a cat? I got it by fighting an old guy in the dining hall. I won it fair and square.
Wow.
You started a fight over that?
No! The old guy started a fight, then I took his dinner as a prize.
Oh my gosh, Caspar.
Aw, you love this meat, don't you? And you love when I fight, don't you?
Well, this cat's happy, so I'll let you off easy just this once. You're lucky he's so cute.
Wow. Wow. That was inconsequential, but I loved it all the same. Bernie, what do you have? Oh, you got 3 people. Oh, that's right. We didn't get Raph all the way. Bummer. Well, let's... Oh, wait. No, we did. We did. We did. It's an A. It's an A. Yay. Okay. So that maxes out. Oh, Bernie did... Oh, Caspar. Darn it. We were close. Almost got all of them for her. Anyway. Raph.
Hi, Raphael. Lovely weather today, isn't it?
Sure is. Staring up at the sky on a clear day always reminds me of my hometown.
What was it like there?
Let's see. Well, it's a real calm and peaceful place. Big, clear skies, too. Just like this. It's full of friendly people and delicious food. Talking about it makes me want to go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame we're stuck fighting in this war.
Right? I wonder what my little sis is up to. She's probably grown so much by now. I haven't seen her since I came back to Garrick Mach. She probably wouldn't even recognize me anymore.
I'll bet she would. How could she possibly forget such a such a terrific big brother? There's no way.
You really think so? That's a relief.
Nice save, Bernie.
All this relief's making me hungry. Want to head to the dining hall?
Oh, actually, we can eat here. I cooked something up for us today.
Oh yeah? I won't say no to that.
I heard you really like meat, so, here you go. It's my first time cooking something like this. I can at least guarantee it isn't poisoned.
Meat? That's my favorite! I'd probably eat it even if it was poisoned.
Is it, good?
The camera angle here cracks me up.
That was amazing!
Really? You like it?
So tender, so juicy, so full of flavor. It was practically falling off the bone. The flavor was so rich and sweet. Wait, how can meat be sweet?
Is sweet bad? I thought it was pretty tasty myself.
No. It was delicious. I couldn't believe it.
Mmm, teriyaki.
I'd eat more fruits and vegetables if they were this good. If all food tasted like this, I just don't know what I'd do with myself.
Oh my goodness.
Well, if you like it, I wouldn't mind, making more. Whenever you want, really.
Really? That would be great. We gotta get this war over with so you can have more time to cook.
You know, I'd actually like that.
Aww. Ah, some nice camera angles. I wish there were more camera. I wish a lot for this game. I really do. It would have, the production on this game would have been insane if it was. But there's a lot of things that I wish these conversations had better settings. I wish the camera angles were much more dynamic. But with all the characters, it just isn't terribly feasible unless it was like a $100 game. Bernie and Eloise.
I finally have a day all on my own. A day inside my room. At last I feel as free as a bird that's flown.
Bernadetta, do you have a moment?
That was cute.
I wasn't looking at their hats, I swear.
Hmm?
And if I was, I wouldn't say a word about them. Not even if you tortured me.
Except you just did.
Mercy, please! I can keep a secret honest!
Hold on. It's me, Eloise. Calm down.
Huh? Oh, Eloise. I was sure you'd, never mind.
Never mind indeed.
I can't help but wonder about these hats you were looking at. But I'll set that aside for now. I wanted to apologize for being insensitive. I can't believe I trampled on your emotions like that.
Huh? Was there something you did? I don't remember anything.
About your dear uncle. It never crossed my mind that he might have passed away.
Oh, that. Don't worry about it.
But it clearly upset you. I can't even express how guilty I feel about opening an old wound like that. I'm so sorry.
Hey, it's okay. You're reminding me of him even now. And it's completely fine. I'm glad we talked about it.
Good.
Is that so? Well then, why did you look so sad when I mentioned him?
The truth is, I realized I hadn't visited my uncle's grave in a long time.
Yeah, a lot going on.
With me not showing up for so long, I imagined him being worried about me.
I see. He must have been quite dear to you.
Hey, that gives me a great idea. Why don't we go see my uncle together sometime?
You want me to visit your uncle's grave, but I don't have any connection with him.
That's not the point, Eloise.
Sure you do. You're connected by me.
I didn't think of that. All right then, I accept. If you don't mind my tagging along, I'll gladly accompany you.
Great! Thanks, Uncle. Thanks, Eloise.
Oh. Yay. Alright, last one for Bernie is Sedith.
Ah, Bernadetta, have you finished your illustrations?
Yes, I have. Finally. This is the first time I've ever made anything for a real-life book. I was up all night finishing these.
Aw.
Bernie's all burned out now. I guess if they're no good, we'll just have to burn them all, huh?
You've been hanging out with Eloise way too much, Bernie.
Let's leave the topic of burning aside for now, shall we? Show me what you've done.
So, what do you think?
This is excellent work.
Great.
The color, especially. It truly brings your art to life. I will see that the new edition of our book is added to the Garrigmach collection.
Really? Oh, that's such a relief. It was a tough job, but yeah, there's nothing Bernie can't handle.
Yay.
You certainly do have some impressive mood swings. Actually, there is one thing I'd like to discuss.
I love Sedith. He was such a brat early on in the game, but he's so endearing now.
Oh no, what did I get wrong?
Relax. I simply wanted to ask you about this last image. This is you here, is it not?
Yes. Is that wrong? What's wrong with it?
Nothing at all. I'm only curious. Does that make me the person standing beside you?
Oh, no, that's St. Keyhole.
Is that so? Then I must ask, what relationship are you suggesting you have with him?
What?
Well, I got the impression that the story of St. Indec was told from St. Keyhole's point of view.
Huh.
So I just imagined that I asked St. Keyhole about it. And, that's where the picture came from. I guess I overdid it, huh? That's weird, isn't it? It's really weird. We can scrap it. Let's just get rid of it.
Ah, so that's why. That's amusing.
Oh. If you didn't have to hold this guise up all the time, he's... These freaking saints, they have so much they have to protect. So much they have to hide all the time. Man. If only they can just let themselves out every once in a while.
It is?
Very much. And I think this is a very fitting end to the book, actually. Saint Keyhole and Bernadetta. They would have made quite an interesting pair, I think.
Right?
In fact, if the two of you had lived in the same time, I am certain you would share a deep bond.
What? St. Keyhole and me? No way. I've already got my hands full just trying to be friends with you. But I've managed that at least, right? Haven't I?
Absolutely.
Oh, it's so adorable. Oh man, and actually, I'm trying to remember. Was Bernie. It's Indec. That's right. Yeah, so it makes sense that she would be friends with Sedith as Saint Keyhole. Yeah. Okay. How much? We still have so much more. All right, Dorothea, you're up next. With just Sylvain. Okay, let's do it. Wow, she did nothing with Hanneman. Literally nothing. Wow. All right, let's do it.
Why am I so unlucky with women lately?
Oh, Sylvain, what's that face for? Have you been dumped again?
Isn't there an unwritten rule you shouldn't ask someone that?
I'm sorry. I thought you didn't mind being dumped. So your love life can get you down sometimes after all. Who knew?
I'm sad every time I break up with someone. It's just, I usually try to be the one doing the breaking up.
Lasai.
I've never had a hard time with girls. Ever. Not until recently.
Uh-oh.
But now when I think about it, I wonder what any of them even liked about me. It's not as if any of them knew much about me. I don't get it.
Isn't that what a relationship is for? Learning about someone else? You can't know it all right at the start.
Right?
I asked you before if you would have invited me out if I was a peasant.
You did ask me that, yes.
That was wrong of me to say. It's not an excuse, but I'm always so suspicious. I'm a nobleman with a crest. The marriage proposals don't stop coming. Everybody wants me. Except, they don't actually want me at all. They want my bloodline. Within my family and without. It's always the same story.
Right.
Sometimes I think that if I didn't have a crest, no one would look at me twice.
I see. And you're probably not wrong. Honestly, I've had those same sort of thoughts myself.
Oh? What sort of thoughts might those be?
I sang, people cheered and applauded, and when I walked off stage, I'd find the same thing every night.
Ah, I see.
A mountain of presents and marriage proposals. But none of those people knew me. All they knew was the singer they saw on the stage. All they wanted was my looks and my voice. None of them even tried to get to know the real me.
I'm pretty sure I've heard this somewhere.
Right?
We may come from different places, but we're much the same, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I suppose we are. Look, Dorothea, I've realized something. Even if you were an old grandma,
I'd still flirt with you. And I'd absolutely win you over. Though, I'd much rather win you over now. And be with you until you become an old grandma.
Wait, is that a proposal?
That might be the most legitimately romantic thing you've ever said, Sylvain. And I can't say I disagree. I'd rather you win me over now, too. So that I can stay by your side until you're an old grandpa.
Wow.
Well, before any of that, will you go to dinner with me?
I'd be happy to.
Aw. That was really nice. I liked that. That was really nice. Ah, Petra, man, I guess... I mean, everybody else has A's that are okay, so... I think Petra's the only one that actually has restricted support levels based on time. It's interesting. Anywho, let's do Shamir since that's just a B rank.
Shamir, can I be having your time? There is a thought that is giving me great concern.
Let's hear it, Petra.
If Dagda is ever invading Fodlan again, what will you be doing?
I'd join the army of Dagda. I'd lay waste to Fodlan and return to my homeland.
If that is the truth, then I am having one more question for you. If that was happening, and all of us were fighting for Fodlan, would you be fighting us too?
Where are you going with this, Petra?
Of course. You expect me to die for you? You should be prepared to do the same. Your homeland would likely join Dagda.
So, that is your truth?
Maybe. If you'd asked me 5 years ago.
Hmm?
I've been a mercenary since childhood. Always fighting for a bounty. If my allies didn't pay, I'd side with the enemy. It's why I became a sniper. Easier to dispose of anyone with a reward on their head. It's also why I joined the Knights of Seros. I owed them a debt, but that's all changed.
You are not fighting for money now?
That's right. When I see everyone fighting for Fodlan, I feel inclined to help. I won't die for the cause, but I will protect everyone. If the army of Dagda engaged you, I'd fight at your side.
Hearing that is giving... it gives me great joy. Until the war is finished, let us fight together.
Well, okay then. That was extremely simple. But, there we are. Alright, Petra and Cyril. I'm actually curious about this A rank.
Cyril, how is your bow training progressing?
I think maybe I've gotten better. It feels a lot easier to ready the bow lately.
That is a nice thing to be hearing. You have my support with your efforts.
I do?
Yes. I am always cheering you on. I am long feeling a great affinity with you. Our positions are dissimilar, but our situations have great similarities. That is why I am always trying hard to be supporting and protecting you.
You mean you've been cheering me on all along? That's nice to hear.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Well, in that case, I'll support you too.
You will? That gives me...
It makes you happy?
Whoops.
It's gonna sound funny, but hearing you say that makes me feel happy too.
Well, that's good. That gives me great joy. Okay, I didn't think I skipped over everything.
I just realized that there's... Well, when you talk, it's kind of powerful. It's like everything you say feels real nice and reassuring. Just listening to you makes me feel better about everything. I think it's a special talent you have.
Words can be said by anyone. Alone, they are without power. What is meaningful is how you are feeling. I am hoping I can learn to use words well, to convey my feelings. That is my wish. I am still learning. My words are not coming out as properly as I am wanting.
Maybe the words aren't, but the feelings behind them are. I really do think you're special.
Good.
Now that I know you're supporting me, I'm going to work real hard not to let you down. And, I hope someday I can get strong enough to inspire you the same way you inspire me.
Good.
You have already been achieving that goal. You already have great strength.
You really think so? Nah, I still got a long way to go. I'm not tough enough to match you yet, so I'm gonna get stronger. Stronger and stronger so I can support you forever.
Stronger and stronger? So you can be supporting me forever?
Yeah, forever and ever.
Even when I am being an old woman? It will be a difficulty then.
Sure, even when you're an old woman, I'll be an old man right beside you, doing my best.
Old woman Petra and old man Cyril supporting each other. I am looking forward to it.
Yeah, that does sound nice.
Nice. Nice. Okay, Petra and Ignatz.
Petra, you always seem so focused on your training.
Ignatz, are you wanting something from me?
I want to apologize about the glasses debacle.
The glasses debacle.
Apologize? I will give you my forgiveness, but I am not understanding.
When I laughed at what you said, I felt really bad for doing that. I'm realizing that I can learn a lot from you.
You are learning new things from me? What kind of learning?
Nothing specific, but more like you really take things seriously.
Yeah.
You approach the world with genuine curiosity and consider it carefully. You have a sincere, wholehearted approach to learning new things. I envy that.
Oh.
I am thinking you also have great seriousness. That is why you are worrying. But your worrying is not necessary.
You think so? That's kind of reassuring.
Also, you have much kindness.
Yeah, he does.
You are apologizing for the smallest of things. Your heart is overfilled with compassion. You have honesty, too. You are a good person.
Me? Oh, I think that's going too far.
You are also having the ability to wear lenses. You are like a hero chosen by the lenses.
Because I wear glasses?
That final one was joking. I do not always have to be serious.
There you go. That was cute.
That was a joke. I didn't realize. I guess it was okay for me to laugh after all. You always look so humorless. It's hard to judge. Oh, I don't mean that in a bad way. You're a fun person to be around. I'll know that you're joking next time. Without you telling me.
It is greatly important for us to be understanding each other.
I think so too. I've been hoping to learn more about you.
Then we can be spending much more time with each other and learning much.
Sounds good. Well, that was fun. Nice and wholesome again. Felix and Blaine. The two Fs.
Felix!
You. What is it now?
You.
Do not fret. I have not come to ask you to chop wood. I have other things to speak of with you. You said that for one to live, they must also be prepared to kill.
This again. Yes, that's what I said. You still have a problem with that?
No, I do not have a problem with it at all. I simply want you to live too.
Oh, okay. Then I'll get back to my training.
Excuse me, I am not finished yet. During this time of war, you must wield your sword to ensure your own life. If that is the case, then it follows that we should bring an end to this war.
To end the war, you'd have to kill more people.
Perhaps that is true. But once all is said and done, there would no longer be a need to kill, only to live. Is that not so?
That's pure fantasy. But if it came to pass, there would be no place for me. What would I do? I was raised to swing a sword. It's all I know.
Poor Felix.
In a world without strife, warriors like me would be lost souls. It's tragic in a way. We fight to bring peace, and then, if we achieve it, we lose our purpose.
I do not think that is anything you should worry yourself over. If the war ends and peace reigns, I shall be sure to have plenty of wood chopping for you to do.
What a generous offer.
And you will never be short on fruits and vegetables to chop for me either. If you felt like you lost your purpose in life, surely you would find a new purpose. It is not like you to be afraid of losing something after all.
Huh.
I never thought about it, but maybe there is a path for me in peacetime. I'm intrigued. I might even like to realize this fantasy of yours.
Oh, that brings me such joy, Felix.
Together, we can make this a reality. I can see it now. A life where you slice vegetables rather than people.
Oh.
I will greatly enjoy the day when we inhabit a world like that.
Oh. Yay. I hope Felix does well too. Mercedes and Ignatz.
Are you praying, Ignatz? Are you concerned about something?
A little. I'm coming to accept that I will never be an artist.
Oh.
I'm self-taught, so my style and technique are probably all wrong. I don't know what I'm doing.
No, there's some of the best artists out there that were self-taught. Or even like went to school for a little bit and left because they weren't getting the training that they enjoyed. Artists are like that all the time when it comes to singing. I mean, anyway, excuse me.
Besides, how could I persuade my father? I can't even imagine his reaction. He'd disown me.
Well, screw him. Let him disown you. Be an artist.
It takes courage to stray from the path that has been set out for you. It's never easy.
And Mercedes can say that truthfully because she's experienced it.
I'm in a similar position. I've been carrying out my adoptive father's wishes up until this point. But it's never a bad thing to have dreams. That's how I feel, at least. I can't imagine a life in which I'd given up on my dreams. How could anyone find happiness in that? Even with your father's demands, you can still work toward one small dream at a time.
You know, I suppose you're right. My dream of being an artist gives me the energy to go on.
Yeah.
You're really wise, Mercedes.
Oh, goodness. That's not how most people would describe me. I just don't want you to give up on your art. Besides, I genuinely do want to see your painting of the goddess.
Really? I'm pleased to hear you say so. You said you're in the same position as I am. What did you mean by that?
My future has been decided for me as well. I'm to be married off to a nobleman.
What?
Is it really that surprising? I think many young women face the same fate.
Yeah.
So, will you get married?
I suppose I haven't given it much thought. Whatever may happen, I'm sure everything will work out in the end if I don't give up on my dreams.
Everything will work out in the end. Mercedes, you're amazing. I think that whatever you do, wherever you go, you'll help a lot of people.
I agree.
You're so kind. I know you can... Oh.
What's wrong, Ignatz? You have a strange look on your face.
For my whole life, I've wanted to paint the goddess, but I never could. Whatever shape I gave her, she never seemed quite right. But it's just come to me.
It's wonderful how inspiration can strike so suddenly. Quick, paint before you lose it.
I will. Will you help me?
I'd be happy to help, but I'm not sure what I can do.
Don't you see? The goddess I imagined and tried to paint so many times. She's you. I have to get my supplies. Stay right there.
Well, to say such a thing directly before the altar, that must be some kind of sin. I'll say an extra prayer for him.
Oh, that was wonderful. How are we coming along? We're getting there, we're getting there. Ingrid and Zenith, ooh.
Still contemplating, I see.
Without so much as a word, you've read me through and through.
It's what he does.
Since last we spoke, I've been thinking a lot about my future. How I want to spend my life. It's a lot to think about, and I haven't entirely sorted out where I'm going. I think I need more time to grow.
On the contrary, you have given this honest and sincere thought. I am quite impressed, actually.
You're impressed with me?
Worry about the future is not unique to youth. It is human nature. At the risk of being overbearing, might I offer you one more piece of advice?
Of course.
Have you considered what your life would be like had you not been born with a crest? Do you suppose that you would have been ordinary? Insignificant? I do not think so.
I like where this is going.
Even without a crest, such a promising young lady as yourself would have a bright future ahead of her.
Seth,
I am not typically inclined to flattery, so I hope you will take my words to heart. Have faith in yourself.
That was a wonderful thing to say.
If you trade that faith for a misplaced pride in your crest, I will have to reassess your character.
I've no intention of doing such a thing. It will take me time and experience, but I will find my path and walk it proudly.
I am glad to hear it, Ingrid.
Wow. Very short, but... I mean, he just straight up came out and said it, you know? You are more than your crest. And without your crest... like, you're not a different person. You had different experiences, but not a different person. Yeah, I like that. Wow, Lawrence, you did not really get that far with anybody, did you? Not a single A outside of Jax. Man. Alright, well, let's do Hilda.
Ah, there's yet another option.
Lawrence, what are you doing?
Oh, hello, Hilda. I'm using these pieces to represent soldiers on the battlefield. This will allow me to better visualize concepts of strategy.
I feel really bad for Lawrence. Anytime that he's got his little conversation supports going on, I almost don't care. I mean, he comes off as really arrogant up front, but once you get a little deeper into it, it's more like he feels obligated to do his duty as a noble, but like that's about as deep as it seems to go. He's probably the least interesting character in the entire game from what I can tell. Now, of course, I haven't gotten A rank with anybody with him other than Jax, so there are potentials for a depth to his character that I haven't seen, but I don't know. There's something very shallow about him. It's like it's not much more than what you see. I mean, there's a different way to look at what he is or who he is, but that's about it. Anyway, moving on.
Very good. Is it fun?
Oh, it is utterly engrossing. Look, swap out just certain pieces for others, and the board completely changes. Then, even considering the same types of units, employing different individuals calls for a new set of plans.
Oh, I see. Or I kinda see. It's hard for me to grasp really complex things like this.
Nonsense. It's thanks to your many requests that I've been adapting my fighting style of late. Working to accommodate you has convincingly shown me how essential it is to rethink tactics on a continual basis. After all, the risk of getting hurt is greatly reduced if you are prepared for any situation. So now I will be ready for anything.
Lawrence, you're so wonderful, I'm at a loss for words. I'm not just saying that to flatter you either. Honestly.
Tell me something, Hilda. Did you make all of these ludicrous requests of me purely so that I might have the opportunity to develop myself?
That's exactly what she was doing, Lorenz. No other reason. No self-interested reason. Nothing at all like that.
Because if so, I am deeply moved. Thank you for caring so thoughtfully and passionately for my personal growth.
You're welcome.
If you will permit me to return the favor, I do have one request to make of you. Will you hear me out?
I'm not usually one for fielding requests, but I can make an exception in your case, I suppose.
I would be so pleased to have the opportunity to observe you in action, in the heat of battle. Would you be so kind as to oblige me?
Oh, very well. You've convinced me. But if it gets too intense, you'll help me out, right?
Okay, then. Lorenz and Catherine.
Your swordplay is captivating, exceedingly graceful, yet mindful to guard the weaknesses that often accompany such elegant flourishes.
Lawrence, are you spying on me? That's not very noble.
Nope.
It was rude of me to watch so long in silence, I do confess. Yet I could not bring myself to interrupt. I believe that such a deep grasp of swordplay can only mean that you have experienced the privilege of a noble birth.
You just don't let up.
Nope.
I didn't inherit my sword skills, Lawrence. I trained. I earned them.
One's lineage does not affect one's talent or tenacity, to be sure. But a noble is raised in an environment more conducive to the honing of martial skill. Those brought up in the lap of luxury are blessed with a far wider variety of options for their futures. And a noble raised in that fashion is better equipped to keep the peace for the common folk.
Okay.
Sure. And besides keeping the peace, what are the nobility's other duties?
Matters of state, for a start. A noble has the ability to declare war, for instance. A commoner does not. And a noble who carries the blessing of a crest has even more power. One move from such an individual can exert massive influence. Of course, such influence must only be wielded with discretion. It is a noble's duty to use power wisely.
Whether or not it's their duty, if they don't use their power wisely, the people will revolt.
Indeed. The motivation to revolt can only come from discontent with the nobility. But if the people are well protected and enjoy peaceful and happy lives, there is no such motive. Thus, if such a revolt does occur, the nobility must be held accountable.
It's like he's talking about an ant farm and those who care for it.
The nobility must be held accountable, I never thought I'd find myself agreeing with you. Maybe you're not as bad as I thought. In fact, I'll let you in on a secret.
Oh no.
I am from a noble family, House Karen of Fargus. I used to be known as Cassandra Rubens Karen. Perhaps you've heard that name before?
House Karen? It cannot be. Are you the one who was driven from Fargus for some grave crime?
Ooh. Okay, hang on. This is the first time one of Lawrence's little things has actually been interesting to me. There've been a couple wholesome moments, but this is actually like, whoa, hey.
So people say. However, I didn't do anything wrong. Anyway, how do you rate me now? On one hand, I am a noble, but I'm also a fugitive.
I see. Well then.
Ooh, that face.
Will you do me the honor of a bout?
Ha! So you'd like to suss me out with your sword? Sure, I'll take you on.
Interesting. Alright, I'm actually slightly invested in that story that I can't pursue. Okay, Lawrence and Leone, only halfway. This is probably going to be very abrupt, very abrasive. Let's find out.
Hey, got a minute?
Leone, are we to sharpen swords again?
No, I came to give you this handkerchief back. Sorry, I know I held on to it for a while. You lent me this, remember?
I recall giving it to you. It is a noble's duty to give to the common folk. In return, the commoner need only pay respect.
That's nice. You left out the part where the nobles take all the stuff the regular folks make?
Yes, the common folk give the fruits of their labor, willingly, I might add, as a token of that respect. The head of Saan village offers his tribute in exactly that spirit, you know.
Oh boy.
Saan? That's my village. You knew?
Of course. We granted exclusive hunting rights to Saan and forbade outsiders from poaching. In fact, when we received complaints about just that, we hired mercenaries to deal with the issue.
So that's what brought Gerald.
What was that?
Nothing. Look, just take the handkerchief. I'm returning something I borrowed from a friend.
Very well. As your friend, I will accept it.
You know, I really wish you wouldn't think of nobles as always giving and commoners as only receiving. Friends help each other, without thinking about status. And that help goes both ways.
Quite so. And when I require the aid of a friend, I assure you I will happily recognize it. But only with friends. In the main, I must continue to refuse assistance from the common folk. For a noble to accept would be disgraceful.
Smack you.
Huh. I always thought he was just stuck up. Turns out, he just has this grand idea of nobility he's trying to live up to. Oh no! I didn't even give him the handkerchief!
Oh, that's funny. I mean, you can be stuck up and living up to some kind of personal ideal. Alright, I'm gonna be right back, guys. Alrighty, let's see. We got Raph up next. He's just got Marianne. Let's see what we got going on here.
Marianne! Come here, quick!
Oh, what's wrong, Raphael?
It's that bird you were talking to. I just found him.
Okay.
See? Right there on the lower branch. That's gotta be him. But he looks a little sad for some reason.
Aww.
You're right. Do you mind if I handle this?
Oh, this is adorable.
Hello there, Mr. Bird. How do you do? Yes, I see. I see. So your food supply is...
Food? I got it.
I completely understand. I have seen more people and birds foraging for berries lately. It would be ideal if those berries were growing in another forest nearby. Then you wouldn't have to.
Are you hungry, Mr. Bird? I got just what you need.
Are those bugs? Yuck.
Look at him go. He's loving it. He's gonna get so big and strong after this.
That was disgusting. But how did you know he was hungry?
I could tell by looking at him. He looked hungry and weak. More importantly, I saw what you did. That bird wasn't speaking human, so you gotta understand birdese. I knew it.
Oh, about that. I'm sorry, Raphael, but I need to tell you the truth. I can sort of understand what animals are thinking when I look at them, but I can't speak to them. I'm sorry for leading you on.
Oh, I see. What about me then? Can you tell what I'm thinking when you look at me?
No, Raphael. I can't.
Well, of course not. You're not even looking at me. You gotta look at my eyes.
Aww.
Nope, still can't do it.
I guess I just gotta tell you. I'm thinking it would be nice if you talked to me the way you talk to animals.
Oh.
What do you mean?
Whenever you talk to animals, you seem happy and friendly. I just wish you'd talk to me like that too.
I'm so sorry, Raphael. I didn't know.
What if I tried this? Cheep cheep chiree choo choo doo!
Okay, that was... he's such a treasure.
What the...
Whoa! I've never heard you laugh before. I should have talked to you in birdese sooner. Cheep chirah, cheeply woo, teedledee!
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that one.
I said you gotta eat bugs to grow big and strong, just like Mr. Bird.
Ew.
I think I'll have to pass.
That's fantastic. That is so fantastic. Alright, Ignatz and Flane.
Flane! Excuse me, quick question. Can I paint you?
Right to it.
Oh, hello, Ignatz. What an unexpected surprise.
I'd like to paint your portrait, Flane. For some reason, whenever I try to visualize Saint Sethlene, I think of you.
No wonder I've repeatedly felt someone's eyes boring holes into the back of my head lately. You're quite lucky my brother hasn't noticed. It would be wise to back away from me before he does.
Oh dear.
Although, I shall agree to your request, on the understanding that you paint me to be more illustrious than Saint Sethlene.
What does that even mean?
More illustrious than the statue? Surely you mean as illustrious.
Am I not the more illustrious? The more breathtaking?
Oh dear.
Well, true, you are a sight to behold. Though I'm not sure about the competitive tenor of that question.
Right?
I'd expect you, as an admirer of Saint Sethlene, to speak more... admiringly?
An admirer, You say such funny things.
Ignatz is like, what do I even say here? I don't know what to do anymore. You know what? Never mind. Let's just forget it.
Now then, would you like me to pose? Oh, I have many ideas up my sleeve.
A pose? No need. You can just sit down.
Are you certain about that? It sounds rather dull. How long will it take you?
A few days, I imagine, but that's okay. You can just come by whenever you have time. Oh, and if you don't mind, could you tell me some more stories about her? The stories you tell about Saint Sethlene are so much more vivid than the other legends I've heard. She seems so impressive, so fierce. I can't help but admire her too.
Actually, I have changed my mind. No longer do you need to paint me as illustrious. Instead, paint me as fierce!
Sure, I guess. I think cute might suit you a little better, though.
Did you not just say that Saint Sethlene had an impressive and fierce way about her? Well, if that is the case, then I too would like to look fierce. You're welcome to paint me repeatedly until you get the expressiveness just right. Rather, you must paint me repeatedly until I am satisfied with the outcome.
Oh dear.
I'm not sure I can ever produce a painting that completely satisfies you. But I'll try. I said I would, and I will not go back on my word. Even if this painting takes me months. That wouldn't be a problem, would it?
Not at all. We're friends, aren't we? I am happy to help with a friend's request, even if it takes centuries to complete.
Thank you for that. Though I hope it doesn't take quite that long.
Same. Sheesh. Makes it so difficult that she has to hide that all the time. Lysithea and Hanneman. Again, we didn't get real far with Lysithea on anything. Looks like Linhart, and that was pretty much it. Other than Jax, of course. Yeah, we'll have to catch her when we have her in our class for another playthrough. Alright, Hanneman, what do you got for me?
Professor Hanneman, is this a good spot for this book?
That will do nicely, Lysithea. I'm sorry to trouble you with these chores.
It's no trouble. After all, it's proper etiquette for the young to help the elderly.
Oh dear.
The elderly? I'm only... never mind. How have you been feeling of late? Anything worth mentioning?
I've been feeling well enough, all things considered.
You seem to be maturing remarkably. No doubt your well-being is due to the positive influence of your twin crests working in tandem.
Here he goes with the positive again. Looks like your research is more useless than I thought.
I may ignore your assaults on my age, but I will not allow unfettered attacks upon my research. What makes you think it's lacking? Surely you do not deny that your crest-related abilities exceed those of your peers. You are so far ahead of the others. Even the combined effects of the twin crests you bear do not fully account for that discrepancy.
You just can't see beyond the crest, can you? In all your research, haven't you considered that my abilities are a direct result of the effort I've put in?
Of course, I am aware that you are a hardworking student, but...
My efforts far exceed those of any other student. I've placed top priority on growing as quickly as possible.
Is the ability to expend such incredible efforts, to be so focused and driven, is that not a form of talent?
True.
It has nothing to do with talent. It's a question of sheer will.
Okay then.
I'm determined to succeed, no matter the sacrifice.
I see. But what drives you to such lengths?
I have goals, just like anyone. And precious little time in which to achieve them.
Little time?
The people who made me as I am informed me that my life would be drastically shortened as a result.
Yeah.
A person bearing two crests, against the will of nature itself. Well, clearly it can't be sustainable. As such, I don't indulge in the luxury of fantasizing about the future. I haven't got one. Knowing all this now, will you still claim that my crests are something positive?
Oof.
I cannot. Please understand. I had no idea.
I'll be leaving now.
Oof.
Lysithea. So that is why you were...
Oof. Man, I really wish I had more time to work on that relationship. Dang it. I'm kicking myself about it. Flane and Manuela. Ooh. Oh, we got all of Flane's. That's good news.
Manuela, do you recall what you told me? You mentioned that if a place shines brighter than anywhere else, then its shadows will be darker too.
Yeah.
You sound so worried. That was nothing, dear. Call it a joke.
It most certainly did not sound like a joke. Can you please elaborate?
Oh dear.
Of course, I love hearing about your glamorous past performing on stage. But all that glamour doesn't account for the shadows you spoke of.
Well, I suppose I could share a little. Here's the thing about the opera. Talent isn't enough to earn you a position in a glamorous show. You need money, connections, and, failing those, the stomach to commit a spot of violence. I spent many nights buttering up nobles in power. No matter how humiliating the task, I'd do it, because I wanted to be a star. I hope that kind of talk isn't too shocking for a sweet girl like yourself. Are you disillusioned with me, now that you know my sordid past?
Not at all. Understanding you more deeply, I can see how much strength has been required of you all this time.
Yeah.
Flane.
I am well aware that survival and striving for dreams sometimes means doing things we would not normally do. Perhaps because you have been so strong, lived with such conviction. Perhaps that is why your songs have touched so many people's hearts.
Oh, you sound very wise all of a sudden. Thank you, Flane.
I would like to rescind my original request of you.
Your request to hear one of my songs?
Indeed. Instead, I have a different request. I would like to see you perform an opera on stage.
I don't know about that. It's been a long time since I stood on stage.
I imagine you have experienced much since you left the opera company. It follows then that you have developed new insights, charm, and wisdom to share.
Yeah.
Yes, I probably could play a tragic role even better now than I could back then. But it's hardly the time for operas. We need to put an end to this war first.
Agreed. Let us make the curtain fall on this war as soon as possible.
Maybe then we can raise the curtain on a brand new performance. That'd be something, wouldn't it?
It would be something.
That is exactly what I yearn for.
Oh. Last two, Manuela and Cyril. Oh, it's a C rank. Oh gosh, okay, what's this gonna be?
This is unbelievable. Why? Why does it keep happening to me? What's wrong with me?
Oh, that's right, all her C ranks is her just complaining about not being able to find a man. Oh gosh.
Are you okay?
I was sure I'd be happy this time. Why, oh why do I always struggle in love?
Please, let go of my sleeve.
Oh, poor Cyril.
If I let go, you'll just run away, won't you?
Yes.
Nobody wants to listen to my romantic tragedy. But I saw you, Cyril, and I thought, Cyril will listen, because Cyril is good people.
Run, Cyril, run away.
Okay, I surrender. What do you want to say?
I knew I could trust you, Cyril. You're such a good boy, such a good young man.
How can I help you? Is it just with listening?
Oh, it's a real tragedy, let me tell you that. Yesterday, I was hitting it off with a man I'd seen a few times at the pub. When I looked in his eyes, I thought he was the one. But then, well, we were drinking and enjoying ourselves, and all of a sudden, poof, gone. He just vanished.
I feel like I've heard this story before.
Can you believe he treated me so cruelly?
Yeah, this is all real familiar.
Oh no.
My heart is in tatters. I can't believe anyone could throw away a woman like me. Cyril, be honest. What's wrong with me?
You drink too much, blame others for your behavior, and you don't understand you gotta love yourself before someone else can love you back.
Ow, Cyril with the quick band-aid removal. Jeez.
Maybe he wasn't for me anyway. If you're gonna take off after a few drinks, who needs you, right?
She's not listening at all.
I think you're too young to understand, but I also think talking to you made me feel better. Yeah. You know what, Cyril? I'm gonna come talk to you more often.
Run away, Cyril. Just avoid her. Oh gosh. It's horrible. Alright. And with that, oh my gosh, an hour and a half. Oh my gosh, so many supports. But with that, all the supports are done that we had available. All that's left now is to go ahead to the final battle. Oh! I have one more day. Crap. But that's fine. Anyway, next time it will be the final battle, and we'll find out what the heck is actually going on. So until then, hopefully you guys are having a great day. Take care, and I'll catch you next time.